Okay, so my computer didn't save the movie from this morning, but I made some adjustments that hopefully it won't take me that long to make this video. So if I talk too fast, please, 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 please stop it. Watch it again if you need to. We've been doing a lot of different tools to compare fractions. And what we have learned so far is that if you have the same size whole, the same size pizza, you're talking about one large pizza as opposed to one large pizza, a large pizza in 4 slices or a large pizza with 8 slices, we want a piece from the 4-slice one. But those are the same whole. Today we're going to talk about comparing things that don't have the same whole. And I have this friend here, John, and he has 5 friends that want sandwiches. So they make 2 different sandwiches. And one is a short loaf of bread and one on a longer loaf. John cuts each sandwich into 6 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oops. I didn't do a very good job on that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And his friends think that the pieces are not the same size because he did in each sandwich, he did 6 sandwiches. Well, the shorter one's going to have smaller pieces, and the longer one's going to have bigger pieces. So what we're seeing here is that, yes, John's friends are correct. The pieces are not the same size because one sandwich is larger than the other. That one divided into 6 pieces is going to have more sandwich than the shorter sandwich. Now, what could John do to make sure everyone gets the same amount of food? Well, he could offer one sandwich from each sandwich, the short one and the long one, and it would even out. It may be about the same amount of sandwich that everybody would get. Let's talk about pizza, because that's our favorite thing to talk about. Hattie's dad orders 1 small, 1 medium, and 1 large pizza. He divides each pizza into 8 equal slices. So Hattie takes 1/8 of the small pizza. So she took 1 piece from the small. And her friend takes 1/8 of the large. Are those the same size? 1/8 and 1/8. Hattie says that she has less pizza than her friend. Is she right? Yes. Yes, because the small pizza is smaller than the larger pizza. So the 1/8 of the small pizza is not the same size of the 1/8 of the large pizza. So you really have to keep in mind what size whole you're talking about. The whole shape, the whole thing makes a difference. So I'm going to show you some other real-world applications of this on 256. So a shelter had 4 spaniel puppies and 6 beagle puppies. Jack adopted half of the spaniel puppies. And I wrote over here, half of 4. We all know that. What is it? 2. Good job. And Carmen adopted half of the beagle puppies. Well, we know the whole for beagle puppies is 6. So I wrote Carmen had half of 6, and we know half of 6 is 3. So I got this whole for the spaniel puppies for Jack, this whole for the beagle puppies for Carmen. Who adopted more puppies? Pretty plain to see. And how do you know? Well, Carmen had the most puppies because she had more to choose from. Her whole was bigger. So her half is going to be larger. Here's another one. Julio planted 16 daisies and 10 flowers. Sunflowers. His neighbor's goat ate 5 daisies and 5 sunflowers. Did the goat eat a greater fractional part of the daisies or the sunflowers? Well, we need to make a fraction out of the daisies and a fraction out of the sunflowers. And I did this over here. He ate 5/16 of the daisies and he ate 5/10 of the sunflowers. And it wants to know, did the goat eat greater fractional part of daisies or greater fractional part of sunflowers? And how do you know? This goes back to our lesson yesterday. Our numerators are the same, so what do we need to look at? Our denominators. And we know, this is that backwards fraction crazy talk, that if the smaller the denominator, the bigger the piece. Remember, it's that opposite way of thinking. So the numerators are the same, so I compared the denominators. I know that 1/10 is bigger than 1/16. So that tells me that 5/10 is greater than 5/16. This is all real world ways of how you would use fractions and how you would compare them when your wholes are not the same. So a fruit market sells 2 different packages of oranges. Bags contain 12 oranges and boxes contain 15 oranges. Both packages cost $3. Which package is the better deal? Well, let's see. You get 12 oranges in the bag for $3, or you get 15 oranges in a box for $3. So you're talking about the same, so 12 for $3, or 15 for $3. Same denominator, so we need to look at our numerator. You get more with the box. The box is the better buy because you're getting more for your money. I think anybody could see that. Now, this last one, they tried to trick you a little bit, so I'm hoping that you don't get tricked. The 4th grade has 3 running teams. Each team has 12 runners. In a race, 1/4 of Team A, 1/3 of Team B, and 1/6 of Team C passed the first water stop at the same time. Which team had the most runners at the first water stop at the time? And explain. So I haven't written the answer on this one because I wanted to discuss it with you first, and then I'm going to write the answer. So I know that 1/4 of 12. So if I were to divide 12 into 4 pieces, each piece would have 3 runners. Team B, if I broke that same 12, the same whole, because each team has the same amount of runners, if I broke that 12 into 3 groups, I would have 4 runners in each group. If I divided the 12 runners for Team C into 6 groups, there would be 2 runners in each group. So by knowing this and knowing that 1/3 of a pizza, the same size, because our runners, the whole here that we're talking about is all the same. This is all a large pizza. A large pizza with 12 slices. But it's people. So when we could just look at these fractions and say, which one's the biggest piece of pizza? Which is the biggest fraction? Well, we know right away that the biggest fraction is Team B. Team B, which team had the most runners? Team B. So if I were to explain this answer, Team B, each whole is the same size. Each team had 12 runners. And 1/3 is the greatest fraction there. It is the biggest piece. So it represents the most people. We're going to do some more looking at different size holes and fractions of those different size holes tomorrow. Google form is already there. I hope you have fun with this and aren't too stressed out about it, and I will talk to you tomorrow.